On down. We're going to start in child's pose. So again, just a set of blocks. You can bring them up to the top of your mat or to the back of your mat. A set of light weights. I'm just using 1 pound dumbbells and a set of ankle weights if you would like. Go ahead and come and find a child's pose. Drawing your knees wide, sinking your hips in towards your heels. Touching your fingertips long out in front. Focusing here on your breath, deep inhales, deep exhales. Maybe gently rolling your forehead from side to side, actively pressing your hips in towards your heels, fingertips long out in front. Come back through center, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Feeling that deep stretch all along the left side body. Hold it for the exhale. Walking your hands back through center, over to the left side of your mat. Actively stretching your fingertips long, heels in towards your hips. Feeling that deep stretch all along the right side body. Come back through center. From here, let's get a nice tricep stretch with your elbows onto the floor. Bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch at the crown of your head. If you'd like to deepen that tricep stretch, you can draw your thumbs toward the nape of your neck. Maybe gently walking your elbows further towards the crown of your head. Holding and breathing. Gently extend your arms back out long in front. Let's go ahead and come up, find our tabletop position. If you're just joining us, we'll just need a set of blocks, set of light weights, and ankle weights if you would like them. Coming back to our tabletop position. Wrists on our shoulders, knees on our hips. Tuck your toes, hammock your belly, lift your gaze. Deep inhale, gaze up. Spiral your elbow creases in. Untuck your toes, round your spine up towards the ceiling, gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Coming through, tuck your toes, deep inhale, lift your gaze. On your exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine. Let's do that 2 more times, this time keeping the top shoulders portion of your toes pressed in towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hammock your belly down, lift your gaze. Come through neutral spine, round up towards the ceiling. 1 more time through, just like that. Deep inhale, come through neutral spine, lift your gaze. And round your spine up towards the ceiling. Gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Come back to a neutral spine. Maybe bump your hips side to side. Maybe coming into some barrel rolls, bringing your hands a palm print forward, hips towards your wrist, down to one side, up to the other. And what you do in one direction, go ahead and reverse that direction. Coming back to a neutral spine, back is flat, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Moving from one side to the next. From here, lift your left elbow wide behind your head. Exhale, draw your left elbow towards your right wrist. Inhale, lengthen left elbow high. Exhale, draw your left elbow towards your right wrist. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time reach your left arm all the way under and through the right side body, maybe bringing your left ear or cheek towards the floor, maybe onto a block if that's more comfortable for you, bringing the earth closer up towards you. Holding here and breathing. Hold it for 1 more breath. From this position, bringing your right hand on your right shoulder, lift your left arm high. Exhale, lift your left arm down. Extend your right leg out long, flex your right toe. This is when those ankle weights will come in handy. We're going to lift and lower for 10. And tap. 9 more. And tap. Keep it going. 7 more. Gaze is down between your thumb and index fingers. Squeezing the base of your right glute as you lift your right leg high. Flex your right toes. 4 more. On the next one, hold your right foot lifted, point your right toes. Exhale, draw your knee to the same elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your right leg over the left shoulder. Gently gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, kick your right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that right leg over the left foot. One more time through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that right leg over the left side. Gently looking over your left shoulder. If you'd like to deepen the sensation, you can gently rock towards your right heel, pressing your hips back. You can also rock forward onto the ball or toes. Gently release your right knee to the outside of your left calf. Untuck your right toes and press your hips back. Rise back up, release your right knee in line with your hip. Bump your hips side to side, draw your right elbow wide. Exhale, tap your right elbow to your left wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your right arm all the way under and through the left side body. Maybe releasing your right ear, cheek to the floor or onto a block. Holding here and breathing. Hold it here for one more breath. Maybe reaching those right fingertips longer. Inhale, lengthen, reach your right arm high. Exhale, release your right hand down under your right shoulder. Extend your left leg straight back, flex your toes. Left leg is straight. We're going to lift and lower for 10, slow and controlled. That's it. 8 more gazes down between your thumb and index fingers. Avoid straining your neck, looking side to side. You're halfway there. Keep it going. That's it. You got 3 more, and we're going to hold that left leg lifted. All right, on the next one, hold that left leg lifted. Point your left toe. Exhale, draw your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it over the right side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen that left leg long. Draw it over the right side. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that left leg over the right side. Maybe gently gazing, looking over your right shoulder. You can rock forward to lessen that sensation. If you like to deepen the sensation, gently rock your heel towards the floor. Release that left knee to the outside of your right shin. Untuck both of your toes and press your hips back. Nice hip stretch here. Gently rise up, coming back to your tabletop position. We're going to find our child's pose. So drawing your knees wide, hips sink towards your heels, stretch your fingertips out long, gently resting your forehead onto the floor. Inhale, rock forward, bringing your heels in towards your glutes. Knees are still wide, shoulders stacked over your hips. Lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release all the way down. Keep your wrists under your shoulders. Extend your legs. From here, draw your right heel to your glute and extend left heel. And extend both heels, tap towards your glute 2 times. And extend. Start with the left leg, left heel towards your left glute. And extend right side. And extend double heel tap 2 times. Hold the heels in towards your glutes. Rise up 3, 2, and 1. Press back. Hips towards your heels. Back to our child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times. So gently rock forward. Placing your shoulders over your knees. Lower down. Elbows tucked in for 3, 2, and 1. Once you release all the way down, keep your wrists on your shoulders. Extend your legs. Don't start the left side. Left heel towards your left glute. And extend right heel. And extend double heel tap 2 times. Starting with the right side, right heel in towards your right glute. And extend left side. Double heel tap. Hold the heels in towards the glute. Elbows tucked and roll up for 3, 2, and 1. Press back, child's pose. Let's do that one more time because it's so much fun. Then we have a nice little stretch before we move on. Gently rock forward, keep your navel pulled in towards your spine. Exhale, lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Once you release all the way down, extend your legs out long, starting with the right leg, right heel towards your right glute, and extend left side. Double heel tap 2 times. Squeeze your glutes. Left side, left heel towards your left glute. Right side. Double heel tap. Both heels. All right, from here, hold your legs extended. Draw your feet hip width apart and parallel. Extend your arms by your side, palms facing down. We're going to lift and lower, arms and legs. Lift up and lower. Keeping your gaze down in front of you. Avoid straining your neck, looking side to side. 3 more. Lift and lower. Squeeze your glutes. Lift even higher each time. All right, 1 more. Hold your lifted as high as you can. Flutter kick your legs. You've got 10. Lift higher. We're at 8, 7, 6. Keep it going. Maybe lift an inch or 2 higher. That's 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Bring your wrist back under your shoulders. Extend your right arm directly out from your right shoulder. Relax your right leg. Lift your left leg high. Draw it up and over to the outer right hip, opening up your left hip and right shoulder. Extend your left leg long up towards the ceiling. We're going to lower and lift for 5. That's 4. Keeping those shoulders and hips stacked. That's it. You've got 2 more. On the next one, release your left leg down. Come back onto your belly. Walk your wrist under your shoulders. Give me 1 mini cobra. Press up. Release down. Make sure you have plenty of space on the left side. Keep your right hand under your right shoulder. Left leg extends out long. Relax your left leg. Lift your right leg high. Draw it up and over the outer left hip. Bending that right knee. Maybe just relaxing your left cheek or ear towards the floor. Opening up your right hip and left shoulder on this side. Extend your right leg high towards the ceiling. Point your toes. Lower and lift for 5. That's 4. You got it. 2 more. Stay with it. All right, gently release your right leg long. Roll back onto your belly. Walk your wrists under your shoulders. Give me 1 mini cobra. Maybe lift your palms. Bring your palms back down. Lower down. Walk your hands towards your rib cage. Press up, full cobra. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Bring your gaze forward and gently release down. From here, walk your elbows under your shoulders. So you're coming into Sphinx pose. From here, we're going to use that core. We're going to press up to puppy dog. So pressing your hips up. Come back down, coming into Sphinx pose. Releasing down. You can have your toes tucked or flat on the floor. Press your hips up. Puppy dog, hips stacked over your knees. Arms are planted in towards the floor, coming back down. That's it. Press up. You roll back down. You've got it. Give me 2 more, just like that. Press up. Gently roll forward. Using control here, slow it down. Press up. This time we're going to hold it. Hold it in puppy dog. You can also bend your elbows, bring your thumbs to the nape of your neck, just as we did in the beginning with child's pose. Release your arms back down. Walk your knees in towards your hands. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up, coming into dolphin bear. Walk your elbows up, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Lifting and lowering 1 at a time. Holding here and breathing. All right. We're gonna press forward into bear. So hover your shins, hover your knees, wrists are under your shoulders. Walk your feet in if you need to. From here, we have donkey kicks with the right leg for 10. Release down. You can set the knees down if you'd like, or hover those knees, pressing the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling. Donkey kick, press up. This is, again, when those ankle weights come in handy here. 3 more. 2 more. Stay with it. Left shin hovering or left knee on the floor. Gently set your right foot down to meet the left. Press your hips up back to downward facing dog. Pull out the heels. Let your head hang nice and loose. Biceps frame your ears. All right, we're going to come back down to that bear position. Bend the knees. Knees are in a bear position, shins hovering, or release down to that tabletop. From here, donkey kicks from the left side. Press up, flex left toes, release down. 5 more. Keep it going. That's it. 2 more. Draw your navel in towards your spine. All right, release that left leg down to meet the right. Press up, downward facing dog. Pull out your heels. All right, from here, keep a soft bend in the knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet into a forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Half lift, hands to shins. Back to our forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Come back to the middle. You can bind your hands, opening up your chest here. If you have your hands binded, release them down. With a soft bend in your knees, gently roll up slowly. 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders up. Roll them back. Draw your arms up higher overhead. Stay at the back of your mat. Reach your arms up high. We're going to place the right leg behind the left. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Side bend over to the left. Come back to center. Scratch your hips. Left leg comes back. Slight curtsy. Left hand grabs by right wrist. Come back to center. 1 more time to the left. Draw that right leg behind the left. Grabbing your right wrist with your left hand. Hold that curtsy, rise up, bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna fold forward. If you'd like, have those blocks on your hand. We have Shiva squats. So you're already in that position with that right leg tucked behind the left. Kick that right leg straight back, draw it in, kick it back, and in. That's it, 8 more. You can place your hands down on the floor or onto blocks. You can keep your hands at heart center. Draw your arms out to a T. You can have bird arms, whoop, arms straight back, or arms out in front. 3 more. 2 more. That's it. Gently set that right foot to meet the left. Wiggle out your toes. Gently rise up. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Starting to the right side. Draw that left leg, curtsy behind. Left wrist grabbed by right hand, side touch over to the right side body. Gently rise up, scratch your hips. Left hand, grabbing right wrist, tuck your right leg behind the left, side bend over to the left side. Gently rise up. 1 more time to the right side. Left leg comes curtsy, side bend over to the right. Rise back up. You're just where you need to be. Left leg is behind the right. Bring your hands to heart center, hands to the floor, blocks, or any position of your choice. Extend your left leg straight back. Tuck it in. Kick it back. Tuck it in. 8 more. Shiva squat. Imagine you're trying to kick somebody off of the back of your mat. So you're pressing your heels straight back. That's it. 4 more. Kick. Draw it in. Last one right here. Gently place your left foot to meet the right. Wiggle out those toes. Wiggle out those knees. Rise back up. Arms overhead. Swan dive forward. Arms round and round in front. From here, walk your hands back out, finding your downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. So if you haven't already, you can put those ankle weights on. We're not doing any cardio today. Grab your set of light weights. Bring them up by your hands. I'm actually going to switch sides. So when I open up, I can see all of you. All right, so you're in downward facing dog. The weights are by your hands. Just pedaling out your heels. Lower your heels down. Lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip, circle out your right ankle. Square out your hips. Draw your right knee to your right elbow. Tap down to your wrist and lift. Kick it straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Tap it down. Lift, kick it straight back. Draw your right knee to your left elbow. Tap it down. Lift, kick it through, fallen triangle. Lift your right arm high. Hold it here or lower and tap for 3 and 2 and 1. Draw your right leg in, so we're coming into side plank. Holding here. Draw your left arm high overhead. We're going to crunch down. Draw your left elbow toward your left knee and extend. 2 more. 1 more. Very nice. Release your right hand down. Come to high plank. Press your hips up. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high. Draw your knee in towards your nose. Round your spine. Step your foot through. Find your balance. Use those blocks if you need to. Gently rise up, high crescent. Right knee is stacked over your right wrist. Your right ankle. My goodness. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Tap that left knee and lift. Bend, tap, and lift. Keep it going. 7 more. Think slow and controlled. Spread your fingertips wide as you draw the elbows down. Squeezing your shoulder blades. Maybe tap that left knee. 2 more. Last one. All right, rise back up to high crescent. Hinge forward. Use your abs. Hold it here. Sweep your arms around in front. Pivot your left toes. Open up, warrior 2. Deep bend into that front left knee. Now, you can grab those weights if you like. Got these handy little handlebars in my weights. Perfect for this. Arms out to a T, warrior 2. Straighten out front right leg. Lift up, big star. And bend. 4 more. Lift and bend. That's it. 2 more. All right, hold it in warrior 2. From here, reach your left arm forward, tap your right wrist, draw back, draw forward, and open. Maintain that bend, that front right knee. Open up those hips. Keep it going. 2 more. Last one. Back to your warrior 2. Tuck your left hand behind your back or down your left leg. Reverse your warrior. High five that wall behind you. Hold it here for a few more breaths. Come back to warrior 2. Tee out your arms. Palms are down. Come to extended side angle. Right hand towards your right thigh. You can also place it on a block. Left bicep to left ear. Holding here and breathing. If you would like, you can come into half moon. Stay here or play into half moon. You can use those blocks. We're going to bend deeper into that right leg. Whoop. Lift your left leg high. Left arm up. You can challenge your balance, gaze up towards the ceiling or keep your balance down. If you're in extended side angle, hold there for 1 more breath. If you're in half moon, gently release your left leg down. Come back to extended side angle. Straighten that front right leg, left arm high, right arm down to the floor or onto a block. You can also use blocks here instead of the weights. We're going to lift up, use those obliques, and release down. Lift up. You're still drawing left arm up high. Right hand down low. You're using those obliques to lift and lower. 3 more. That's it. Stay with it. All right, hold it low. Maybe spiral that left arm back. Reverse your triangle, left hand behind your back. High five that wall behind you. Hold it for the exhale. Come back to warrior two, bend into that front right knee. All right, you can use those blocks here if you'd like. We're gonna find big star and then bend into your left knee, coming into side low lunge or Skadasana. Come back to that big star, straighten both your legs, arms up high, bend into your right knee, warrior two. We are firing those inner outer thighs, big star. Bend into that front left knee here. Gently rise up. Use your inner and outer thighs, use your core. So that one more time, so much fun. Big star, rise up, arms up overhead. Bend into your front left knee. Hold it here. You can also grab those blocks, hold them in front. You can bring your hands to the floor, gently folding forward. Challenge your balance, hands to heart center. With or without those weights, you can point and flex your right toes. Stay on the ball of your left foot. All right, come back up. Find your big star. Find your warrior two, bend to that front right knee. Cartwheel your hands down, framing your right foot. Holding here and breathing. Gently release your left knee down. You can use those blocks here, untuck your left toes. From here, straighten that front right leg, flex your toes. Rock it forward, 2 more times. We're opening up that left hip. Press the hips back, flex your right toes, you straighten the right leg. 1 more. Gently hold your hips forward, stacking your right knee over your right ankle, and then walk your foot towards the outer edge of your mat. Turn your right toes to 2 o'clock. Same thing here, with or without those blocks. Draw your hips back, straighten that front right leg, flex your right toes, and press it forward. This time your right knee is out from your right hip, up at that diagonal. 1 more, then we're gonna find low lizard with options. Hold it here, you can hold your chest upright. You can draw your forearms down onto the floor or onto those blocks. You can rock onto that outer knife edge of your right foot. So just gently lifting your big toes, coming onto that outer pinky edge of your right foot. If you have those weights, you can set them off to the side. We'll use them for the other side. If you're still in lizard, either with your wrists down or your forearms down, you can tuck your left toes, lift your left leg. It's the nice stretch too towards the end of that side of our flow. Gently release your left knee down. Walk your hands on your shoulders. Place your right hand to the inside of your right knee. I'll just turn so you guys can see. So I'm still in lizard. My toes are at 2 o'clock. Place your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Gently look over your right shoulder. You're welcome to hold it here with your left toes down. You can draw your left heels in towards your glute. You can reach around for your toes. All right, wherever you're at, gently place your hands back to the inside of your right foot, under your shoulders. Tuck your left toes and press your hips up, downward facing dog. You can keep that right leg lifted. You can lower it down. You can lower your knees down. We're gonna come into a flow here. Draw your elbows in, lower down. Chaturanga, lift up. Tuck your toes. Come through tabletop or directly a downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. All right, we ready to do that on the left side? Yay! Place your equipment where you need it. Got my notes. All right, so we're in downward facing dog. Pedal out those heels. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip, circle out your left ankle, square out your hips. Draw your left knee to your left elbow, tap down your wrist, lift it up, kick it straight back. Left knee to nose, tap down, and lift, kick it back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, tap it down, lift, kick it through, fallen triangle. Lift your right arm high. Hold it here, tap down for 3, and lift. 2, last 1. Hold those hips high, draw that left leg back. Coming into side plank. You can always release your knee down if you need to. Draw your right bicep to your right ear. We're going to crunch down, tapping the right elbow to the right knee for 3. And extend. 2. Keep those hips high. Last 1. Gently draw your right hand down, coming back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high, feel like a dog. Draw your knee to your nose. Step it through. Coming into high crescent. Use those blocks if you'd like. Or gently rise up. Stacking your shoulders over your hips. Deep into that front right knee. If you want to deepen the stretch, bend into your back right knee and then straighten it. Feel the difference. We're going to cactus the arms, bend the elbows, tap the right knee and lift. Then tap and lift. Keep your hips square. 7 more. And lift. That's it. 4 more. You got it. Draw those elbows wide. Pretend you have a pencil between your shoulder blades. You're squeezing that pencil. Last 1. Gently rise up. Ball of your back right foot in towards the floor. Hinge forward. Use those abs. Hold the hinge forward. Sweep your arms around in front. Pivot the right toes. Open up warrior 2. If you'd like, grab those weights. If you use them on the other side, use them on this side. We're in warrior 2. Adjust your feet if you need to. Holding here and breathing. All right, lift up, big star. Straighten that front left leg. And bend, palms face down. Lift and lower. 3 more. Last 1. Bend deeper into that left knee, deepest bend. All right, we're going to reach that right hand to the left wrist and draw back. Reach, tap. Reach for your left wrist, your left forearm, your left elbow. Reach for anything and open. That's it. Stay with it. Maintain that bend, that front left knee. Keep it going. Squeeze your thighs together. Open up your hips. 2 more. Maybe gaze down towards your left knee. Maybe you see your left toes. 1 more. All right, hold it here in warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Tuck your right hand behind your back. High five that wall behind you. Come through warrior 2 to extended side angle. Left elbow to your left knee. Right bicep to right ear. If you'd like, you can stay here in extended side angle, or you can play into half moon. If you want, grab those blocks. I'll scoot back so I don't have this pampas grass in my face. With that block, deep into your front left knee, lift up, opening up your right hip. I always say, you're not trying if you're not failing. Hold it here. If you're in half moon, hold it for a breath. If you're in extended side angle, hold it there. If you're in half moon, bend into your front left knee. Release that right leg down. Come back to extended side angle. We're going to find our triangle. Straighten that front left leg. Draw your left arm down, right arm up, reaching long in opposite directions, even if your left hand is on a block. Hold it here. We're going to reach up, use those abs, and down. Reach. You're still stretching your right arm up, left arm down. You're just lifting and lowering your torso, keeping that right shoulder stacked directly over the left. And rise. That's it. 2 more. Very nice. Last 1. All right, hold it low. Maybe rotate your right shoulder open. Gaze up to challenge your balance. Holding here and breathing. All right, reverse your triangle. Tuck your right hand behind your back. High five that wall behind you. Hold it for the exhale. Cartwheel down to your left foot. Bend into your left knee. All right, if you have those weights, you can set them off to the side. Use those blocks if you'd like. Release your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. Straighten your front left leg. Flex your toes. And press it forward. Draw back. Flex the toes. Press it forward. 1 more time. All right, hold that left knee over your left ankle. We're going to walk the left toes towards the outer edge of your mat. So your left toes are turned to 10 o'clock. From here, with those blocks, with your hands on the floor, press back, straighten that front left leg, hips towards your heels, and forward. Rock it back. And forward. One more. All right, hold it here with your wrist on blocks, on the floor. You can also bring your forearms down. Holding and breathing. We forgot Big Star to Tadasana on the left side, so we'll come back and do that. I want you guys to be nice and even on both sides. We'll finish up this lovely stretch here. You can walk your hands under your shoulders, placing your left hand to the inside of your left knee, rocking onto that outer knife edge of your left foot, maybe gently looking over your left shoulder. Maybe drawing your right heel in towards your glute, maybe reaching towards the heel. To center. All right, tuck your right toes, bring both hands under the same shoulder, press your hips up, step through. So that left foot's forward. All right, grab those weights if you had them before, rise up, open up, pivot, warrior two. Come to Big Star, turn your left toes in, bend into your front right knee. Rise up, use your abs, use your legs. Come into warrior two, 2 more times. Big Star, bend into your right leg. Maybe flex your left toes, 1 more time. Rise up, Big Star, coming into warrior two. All right, we're gonna hold you on the next one for that stretch. Hold it here. Maybe placing your hands on the floor or blocks. Maybe keeping your hands to heart, so maybe challenge your balance. Maybe this side feels different than the other. Maybe flex your left toes or point. All right, come back. Find your warrior two. Find high crescent. Spiral your hands down. All right, kick your left leg back. Option to hold it lifted. You can lower it down from down dog, tabletop. We're gonna lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Pull through. All right, press back in child's pose. Maybe rock your hips side to side. On the tabletop, release your right or left hip towards the floor. So you want to grab those blocks. All right, so let's get into some core here. My goodness, where did time go? All right, 1 block between your thighs, 1 block between your palms, feet are flat, hip width apart and parallel. Roll down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Tap the block overhead. Drop back in front. Draw your knees to a tabletop. Tuck your chin to your chest. Still with that block between your thighs. Reach that block around under your thighs and up. Switching directions each time. Passing that block underneath your thighs. You can also set it on top of your thighs. Draw it overhead. Block to the top and overhead, or pass it under your thighs. So, with that block between your thighs, you're squeezing that block. You're activating your legs. Give me 1 more in each direction. All right, release your feet down. Still with that block between your thighs. So the other block in your hands off to the side. Palms by your side, pressing down. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. We're going to lift our hips and lower. Squeeze, tap, and lower. 1 more. Hold the hips lifted. Maybe draw your hands under your hips. Maybe walk your shoulders in, coming to a higher bridge. Hold it here. 1 more breath. Tuck your chin to your chest, slowly come down. Gently release that block between your thighs. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Place the block on its lowest setting under your hips. Release your hips down. Notice how this feels. You're welcome to stay here with your feet planted into the floor. You can also draw your legs one or both at the same time up towards the ceiling, wrist towards your toes, point, flex, circle out your toes, circle out your ankles. Lowering one or both at the same time, gently lower your feet, releasing your hands by your side. Your feet are planted, knees are bent. Lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes. Release that block off to the side. From here, draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tiny ball, grabbing the tops of your shins or back side of your thighs. Maybe rolling from one side to the next. You can have your shoulders hovering. You can have your shoulders flat on the floor for a deeper back stretch. With your knees still in towards your chest, grab the outside of your foot. You can also grab the back side of each thigh, coming into happy baby. This time your shoulders are pressed in towards the floor. Maybe rolling side to side if that feels comfortable for you. Come back to center, holding on to your right leg. We're going to extend the left leg long, flex your left toes, hover that left leg, bring as close to the floor as you can. Holding and breathing. Gently release that left leg down. With your left hand, grab the outside of your right knee, drawing your right knee across the left side of your body. You can gaze up towards the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Maybe extending your right arm long to a broken T. Maybe bending your elbow to a cactus, palm facing up. Gently come back to the middle, clasping your hands under your right knee, drawing your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Drawing a few circles here with your right hip. Come back, find your happy baby, hands on the back side of your thighs or grabbing the outside edge of your foot. Holding on to the left leg, extend your right leg long, flex your right foot, hover that right leg. Actively pressing your right knee in towards your your left knee in towards your outer left rib cage. Release your right leg onto the floor. You can bend your knee. With your right hand, grab your left knee on the outside, gently draw it to the outer right hip. You can keep your gaze up towards the ceiling or draw your gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe extend your left arm long. You can bend your elbow. Any position that feels good to you on this side. Supine twist. Come back to center. Keep your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Gently drawing a few circles here with your left knee. Draw both knees back in towards your chest. Release your legs up towards the ceiling, palms by your side, lowering down, slow and controlled. Last bit of core right here. Lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your arms long overhead. Curl yourself back into a ball. Roll to your left or right side and come up to a seated position of choice. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Release your left hand to the outside of your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Fantastic work today, everyone. Thank you all so very much for joining me.